Hang on.
Yeah, you know what? You can't smoke on the internet anymore.
No, that's why
That,
I'm shutting it
that's
down.
that's not a thing, right? Hi everyone. I am back with Michael.
Hello.
We're going to go over some team lists for the WTC, and today we're going to start with Sweden 2, which I'm just going to find. I had them right before, and for some reason I apparently just messed them all up. Okay, right. I am getting them. Just a sec. Here we go. Sweden 2, and there. Right. So I need to share screen. Yeah, this is all great for the YouTube channel. No, right? That's it's really good TV. This right. Here we go. So, as per usual, there are 5 nations. One of them is a dud, and me and Michael are going to explain to you why these are all bad choices, and you should have done better, and you should be ashamed of yourself if you made this list,
That's
or
my
that
job.
you're yeah, that's your job, or that you're a cheesy git that shouldn't be allowed out of the door, which is also your job.
Yes,
Right. So the first one is a Soviet list. Second lieutenant, inexperienced, 2 man. We like that, don't we? I like that.
we do. I do
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Mounted recon, 5 men, regulars with rifles and a flamethrower. So these are great for putting into your brain carriers. A veteran squad, 6 man, rifles, and a single Panzerfaust. 2 dog mines, regular dog mines. I don't get that. M30 rocket launcher. Oh, hate those. Katusha. Yeah. Mule team, double brain carriers with the pintle mounted MG. The second platoon is another lieutenant, 2 man, inexperienced, mounted recon again with the flamethrower. Strafbat, 12 men, a commissar, and the free rifle squad. Commissar is again 2 man. All of them are 2 man teams here. I think we need to talk about why that is in a moment. Again, 2 regular dog mines. I, I don't agree. Okay, M30 again. So that's the third multi-launcher. Then another Katusha. So that is the fourth multi-launcher. This is a noob basher list. Another brain carrier and a mule team. 22 ordered ice. Now you play Soviets quite a lot. Why is he
Uh,
doing that regular dog mine thing?
Survivability.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but couldn't you
but
buy an
but
extra
I
dog mine if you downgraded them?
yeah, but then it's not a small team anymore. Too
True.
easy to kill.
Yeah, true,
I
true.
mean, but I would either go inexperienced or veteran.
Mm.
Uh, Now I can't see here, and I don't remember the price of regular because for some reason he didn't feel like putting on one weapon they have. So I'm guessing they have rifles,
I think they should. Yeah.
which means in my book, why spend the extra points, 10 extra points on getting them regular when you
Mm.
can do inexperienced if you're
Mm.
not gonna make them a unit that's able to really fight anyways.
Yeah.
I like his choice of 2 main units just for preparatory bombardments.
Yep. Yep. And that I think is the
Uh,
only reason to do it like this, right?
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I don't like again the recon. I understand you can leave him in your brain carrier. Your brain carrier is secure. It won't be fleeing because there is two
Well,
man in it. You
yes,
can.
yes, it will. It will. It does not count as being occupied for
Oh,
transport
it does
purposes,
not.
but you can shoot your pintle-mounted LMG.
Okay, well
So,
that's even worse then. But yeah, I mean he has in my book he has no squads. He has a free squad and that's it. Because
yeah.
if he's planning on taking 2 units, I think a minimum is to put keep in,
Mm.
then he makes his 3 main units basically a flamer, a loader, and an officer,
Mm.
and they don't have any survivability. I mean, his only chance is one of two things: either cook your dice, roll a lot of sixes, hope you're extremely lucky and roll a lot of sixes, or you will lose 4 out of 6 matches with this list. In
Yeah.
my book,
Yeah. I think
because
so too. But you do have the four Katyushas. So, but
well, you
but
have to
imagine
have.
rolling up on a ruined table where you can't see a thing. You can't shoot
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. Well, let's if you calculate the odds on it, you
Yeah.
have 12 shots
Hmm.
in a game. You might have 7 with G's, but regularly you have 12 shots with a Katusha.
Mm.
So basically, and if you play an opponent, which you will at the WTC, who knows what he's doing, you should, unless you're facing another 22 dice list, you should never have more than 2 or 3 targets.
Nope.
Because if your opponent sets up right, that's what you're gonna get.
Mm.
So that means each Katusha will get 12 shots each. That means you hit, and we're talking about the whole tournament, 4 times.
Yep.
And the M3s shoot half that if you manage your rally, so they actually work.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, well, that's a buttload of sixes you need to roll. I have never yet seen a 4 multi-launcher Katusha list work. The closest I've seen was the one Manuel built with the Germans with
Yep.
Armor 7 or whatever they were.
Yeah. Those. But he had those tanks, Hotchkiss something, with the multi-launcher stacked on top of it. But the
Yeah,
point with those was you could fire the multi-launcher or you could shoot the gun, right?
yeah,
So you didn't need to use the multi-launcher all the
no,
time,
no,
but you could.
but that was the closest list I've ever seen with 4 multi-launchers working.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just doesn't work. You do not roll enough sixes, especially if you face a player who knows what he's doing, because
On
you will
average,
not
this
get.
list will, over a single game, I think this list will kill, if you're lucky, if the opponent is hasn't got a table they can hide on, maybe 6 units. The rest of the list won't really kill anything.
No, no,
But they
no,
will get killed, and I mean the multi launchers will get shot to pieces as well because he
yeah,
hasn't got anything defending them.
no,
The
no,
inexperienced multi launchers, they need to be able to shoot.
no.
But
Anything they have to be able to see, which means if they can shoot you, you can shoot them.
yeah,
Everything can kill them.
yeah.
I just don't see it working.
If you're playing against this, shoot them at range. Shoot them at
Yeah,
range
yeah,
and wait for him to get desperate enough to make a charge with his brain carriers and mounted recon. And as soon as he does that, kill them as they come. That
yeah,
is the way I would play against this, I think.
yeah.
Um,
Me too.
yeah, but
But
it
I'm. It's crazy how much the M30 has really taken off.
really, it's
Uh,
insane.
you see it
Everyone's bringing
everywhere.
them. All the
Yeah,
Soviets list.
I would never use it, but
No. And then we have a German one, second LT, again, 2-man size. I think they may have talked about this. It said, right, we're going 2-man. Storm Pioneers, veterans with flamethrowers, storm pistol. That's like an AT gun. Double Panzerfausts, SMGs. Very expensive little unit. This 6-man veterans, 119 points. I can get 8 Gurkhas for less than that. Another 6-man veteran assault pioneer squad. Again, without the storm pistol, but with the flamethrower, Panzerfaust, and all that. Brandenburgers, love those. Hate the price, but love the what they do. Hair Grenadiers, 8 regulars rifles with a single LMG. Osttruppen, 10 inexperienced dudes with rifles. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Panzerschreck, regular. Flak 36, that is the light autocannon, I think. And the SDKF set 250/9 has the light autocannon turret as well. Panzer 1, and 2 trucks and a horse-drawn limber, 14 order dice.
this is actually a tough list. It's not going to be fun to face. I
Nope.
mean,
You can't outflank and you can't
he
reserve because the
no,
Brandenburgers will mess you up.
yeah, they'll give you -1.
Hmm?
Uh, but I mean, still, not only that, there's not a lot of soft targets in this list.
Nope.
I mean, no matter what you go against of his units, basically, at
Mm-hmm.
least the top 3,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a tough fight.
Yep.
So I think 14 is a little low on the order dice, but
Potentially, I kind of like it, but I think that the list here is 6 too many points into upgrades. I think a few more bodies on some of these units would have been nice to have.
yeah, that's probably his biggest problem. He's gonna die too quickly. If he gets hit by a artillery or something,
Mm,
those veterans are gonna hurt, and they don't have the numbers to survive.
no. But he does have
So
all the elements, right? He has anti-tank,
he
he has
does.
flamethrowers in trucks so that they can have the large range. He has assault rifles, so the veteran Brandenburgers, even though they're mainly taken for the special rules, they can actually still affect the game. I would have loved to see a single Panzerfaust on these guys, I think. And then the Grenadiers, they're going to sit in the back line. I don't think if they're going to sit in the back line, I don't think they need to be 8 man strong. And I really don't like the LMGs, of course. We've talked about this on the channel
Yeah,
multiple
no,
times. Yeah.
no. I mean, it is very, very few places where
Mm. But he
where
has
they
got
have
a
any kind of use.
yeah, he has got a lot of anti-veteran stuff. He has got a lot of anti-infantry stuff with the flamethrowers, and coupled with the pintle-mounted MMGs on the trucks as well. So he can double up and throw stuff up in the trucks with the Brandenburgers in
Oh,
one. Yeah.
basically, as I see it, the only thing he's missing
Hmm.
is ranged AT. I mean,
Yep.
he's gonna have a hard time with tanks at a
He does have
distance.
the Panzerschreck, which is 24 inches, but and that could go in one of the trucks, but it really needs its own field car, I think.
Yeah, he should have had a Jeep for that. First of
Yeah.
all, it's easier to hide.
Mm.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Panzerschreck team will not make it up to a tank
No.
against most people. It's most of these weapons like flamers and the Panzerschrecks and stuff. Now that's a bit better because it has a long range, but
Mm.
they're used to deter more than to shoot.
Yeah, they are. They are. Would you
So
have wanted there to be a sniper in this list or a multi-launcher?
not a multi-launcher.
No.
I see one of the weapons I think Germany has that I really like is the four-shot autocannon. I like that
Hmm.
in all lists
Yeah, the
because
Flak-Zwilling. Yeah.
no tank will run in front of it,
Yeah.
and if you get it placed right, you control the whole board.
Yeah.
And I would probably have, as you said, specialized my units a little less
Mm.
to get more bodies. I think
Mm.
he's very vulnerable to hits.
Mm.
Too vulnerable. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
have a hard time surviving because if you start hurting his three top units,
Mm.
he's gonna have a hard time. I don't know. Panzer One, does it have armor 8 and
Uh,
SDKF set
I
armor
think it
7
has
or what?
armor 7. The STK set is also armor 7, I think. But
Yeah.
both of
See
them are
that.
close topped, so they can't get pinned.
No, but you can. I mean, you can. We have seen a lot of autocannons,
Yeah.
and both of them can get hurt by autocannons.
Yeah, so can his veterans. So I think in the meta that he's going into, he might struggle. But I think going into a regular tournament, this might actually do well. Feel
Oh,
like
I,
this
I
is a
agree.
good attempt at a German list here.
Oh, it is
There
a
are
great attempt.
yeah, there are certain things I don't agree with the LMG and maybe the Panzerschreck, but it's a really good attempt at a German list. I kind of like it as well. Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I wanted to, as I said, I would love to have seen the the flax feeling because I just think
yeah.
it's Germany's best weapon.
It is.
Other than
It's
that, I
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, I actually think that I think he will do okay with this list.
Right. Now for the
Uh,
one that you've been waiting for all week since we last talked. They are British ones. Up and at 'em, armies of Great Britain. Let's predict there will be Gurkha Paris, and there is.
why
Um,
why even rate it? Does it matter?
no, it doesn't. Right. Second lieutenant in experience, 2 men. Free observer, 2 men. So he's doubling up on both of them. Gurkha Paris, 2 7-man units with 3 SMGs. Royal Canadians, 2 units of those with SMGs and flamethrower. Military police, I think they have traffic direction, so they make it easier to come onto the board from reserves and stuff. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Sniper, regular. Land mattress, inexperienced. 3 early war motorcycles, a chaffee, and double Bren carrier. 16 order dice.
Well,
Yeah,
at least it's not a totally typical British list.
it's not totally typical. No, it's not.
So I doesn't Gurkhas have tough fighter automatically?
Yeah, they do.
Why in the world would you waste points on SMGs?
A lot of people do, because
But
the
why? I
Gurkha
don't
Paris
understand it.
can, and I think it's a question of you move them up the table. You lose two guys, so you arrive at the point where you want to charge with now just 5 men, right? And at that point, you need to be able to at least shoot the unit that you're going to charge a little bit, because you're not going to kill them in close combat without you having them cut a little bit down to size. So you need to be able to arrive with a lot of shots. I think that is why. I don't
Hmm.
agree. That's not how I use them, but that's how Graham Thompson has taught me that he uses them, and that's what he does. He
Okay.
uses 5-man Gurkha units with SMGs in it. So that's the
Hmm.
reason why he does it.
Okay.
Um, do I think it works? Potentially. Let's see after the weekend. But yeah,
Yeah. Uh, and I don't understand why you wouldn't just choose Gurkhas for all your men
yeah.
as British, because they are pound for pound the best troop in the game.
Well, it depends on. I mean, a lot of people are bringing those Canadian engineers.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I would just go Gurkhas, but
I
if I
think a
was
lot of
playing,
people are uncomfortable with running complete assault armies, and a lot of people would want there to be a little bit more of different tools in your list. So I think that's the reason why they do it. Also, I mean,
probably.
including the medium mortar, including the sniper, including the land matches. So lots of different tools here. The early war motorcycles are just so good because they're good skirmishes, right? The Chaffee is actually an interesting choice for me. It could have been a Stuart. I mean, it would have been cheaper to have a Stuart. You could have bought extra Gurkhas, but the Chaffee is there because it's really good anti-tank. It's got a medium anti-tank gun.
And it's also really annoying because it recce's away. It is
Yeah.
great against the Russians.
Yep. I think this is a small stroke of genius, including the Chaffee here. Yep.
I think so too.
Um,
I mean, all Russians hate when the other people have recce.
yeah. Yeah. So
So
for me, this is a 4.5 list, I think, maybe even a 5 list. It's really, really strong. Um, I'm just a little surprised that it's a single platoon, because you could have doubled on up on the land mattress and all that stuff, but then of course you wouldn't have been able to afford the Chaffee. So yeah,
no, yeah, I don't know. I think it's. I will recommend the Swedes for making at least a little bit different than some people.
yes, me.
You
He's
know,
talking about me.
at least when you nation, I appreciate you trying to do something. Just not much. I mean, don't
That's
get
something.
carried away here, but at least a little bit out of the box.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then we have an Italian with Combattere. That is the one where the Bersagliere units get move and fire. And there's a second lieutenant again with 2-man size. Look at this. They've talked together. That is team play, ladies and gentlemen. That is team play. They've got the Bersaglieres, 7-man veterans, so perfect skirmish units. Veterans, these are going to be really tough to kill. They're not going to kill much themselves, but they are going to be really hard to kill. Sniper team, Breda, 20 millimeter. So that is the autocannon again. Brilliant, because they get the reroll on the penetration. An auto splinter 41. It's got 2 turret mounted MMGs and a rear facing MMG. Right, recce. And they are replacing the autocannon here. I don't agree with that. I think you should take the autocannon, but well, an M15 with the light autocannon, light anti-tank gun, and lots of MMGs. A mule team,
Basically, they're DACA
they're
Stuart.
they're, they're a Dakar Panzer. They're
Yeah.
yeah, an Italian version of a Stuart. They have a chief officer here, 36 points. They've got more Bersaglieres, veteran, and a motorized group, a deserters motorized group. I don't know what that is. Maybe
I
it's
don't know
in
either.
case blue that I haven't even noticed.
Yeah.
Anyways, another Breda. I like the double Bredas because you can lock down 2 lanes. People will be hesitant to drive in front of that. Another auto blinder, um, with autocannon this time, like that. So more autocannons is better for the Italians, I think. An L3 tankette with the twin MMG and another mule team. 15 order dice. A very, very skirmish, Dakar focused Italian list here.
I think this is the.
Is this the dud?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with what you can build in the case blue,
Mm.
yeah, I don't think this is it.
It does have a lot of autocannons in the list, which I think is good. It has the right amount of order dice.
Yeah,
I,
the stationary autocannons. I mean, we saw that when I played you when I had two of
yep.
them with me.
Mm.
They get creamed at a distance.
Yep.
Where by a tank, a Dakar tank that it
Mm.
can't penetrate.
Or by a mortar that just zeroes in and kills it at the end.
Yeah, and outside of 48, and you can't hit it, and
Yep.
he's just standing there rolling, rolling, rolling.
Yep.
So the stationary that can't shoot further than 48 are very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I went away from him and went to artillery instead because
Yep.
they can shoot anything they could shoot
Yep.
at them.
Yep. I think this
So
list for me lacks HE and it lacks indirect fire. It could also benefit from a single flamethrower somewhere.
well,
Um,
I mean, also the auto blender, it's a fine vehicle, but why would you not take the SPA for 2 points less
mm,
with the both the front right and the rear left or whatever, and the auto cannon? I mean, to save 2 points and you get
yep.
just a good vehicle with Reiki, and it can run through rough terrain.
Yep.
I mean, it's cheaper and better. Yeah, I know auto blender has more armor, but that's what Reiki is for.
Yeah, that's what Reiki is for, exactly. And it
So
does
I
have
mean,
Reiki, so yeah.
yeah, I know it does, but I mean,
But that will only, I mean, having that armor will only encourage you to brave the anti-tank shots, right? It will encourage you
it
to say,
will.
okay, I'm gonna struck this one off, and then boom, you're hit and you're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think this also could be the dud for
yeah.
Sweden here. Right, the final team, the final list for Sweden too. That's the American one, and they're bringing another lieutenant, two-man team again.
Hmm.
Engineers, six-man unit, single SMG, flamethrower. This is someone who knows what they're doing. Seven-man Rangers, double of those veterans with two SMGs. Rangers lead the way. I think rifles may be better here. U.S. Marine Squad, three BARs, veteran. Right, that is a lot of Dakar coming out of this list. Just
Oh, it
the
is.
sheer amount of power in the infantry section here.
Yeah.
Wow. Medium mortar, bazooka team, war dog. So you got the small teams handled as well. You got the rocket launcher for the multi-rocket launcher here. A recce jeep with an MMG, a chaffee to kill those stewards that is threatening your infantry, double dodges, jeep, and a mule. The jeep, of course, they're being there for the bazooka, I think. Wow,
I like this
16
list.
ordered ice.
I like this list.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, this is in my book the best list the Swedes have made.
Yep,
I love it. It's gonna be hard as hell to face,
it is.
and
A
he has
lot of shots coming out of them.
everything. Oh yeah. Just the units alone are gonna be
These
hard to
the
control.
Rangers will move up early until onto objectives or whatever, and just because they're veteran, they're going to be really hard to move away, right? And if you try to run your steward up, next thing that happens is you get a bazooka or you get a chaffee.
Yeah,
Um, or if you
yeah,
run your Gurkhas up, then you get a flamethrower. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, this is good.
This is up there with the British list. It's close to a 4.5. I would give it. I think it's great.
I think I would give it a 4, but ideally, if I was like nitpicking, I would want to pair up the chaffee with a steward, so you have something to kill infantry and something to kill tanks. But I mean, it definitely, I think it's a 4. Yeah, I really like this list. Whoever
I do
made
too.
this, you, sir, are really good. I really hope you can play this. I really hope you're good with the Americans.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, I like it.
it's a nice list.
Really nice.
I have no doubt now that that the Italians is the dud.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
I
Or if
I
it isn't, it really should be.
yeah, it should. It should. Either that. I mean, I like the German list kind of too. So except
Yeah,
I'm missing that one thing. So it can only be the Italian.
yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Right. Today we're also going to look at USA 2. So I'm going to jump back here and get the USA 2, which is here. Now, again, I'm sorry, I really don't know who's on these teams yet. I guess we'll find out in a few days because right now we're recording on Monday, so we are less than 5 days away from sitting on a plane, me and Michael. Right. So, US 2. The first one is a French list. Inexperienced second lieutenant with an assistant on horseback. 2 times 7 veteran cavalry. Right. If this guy knows how to play horses, then
What does the French cavalry have of special rules?
nothing, but they do get veteran cavalry. So combine that with all the HE you can put in, and he does, right? So he has the engineer section with a flamethrower, then he has double howitzer, double medium howitzer with horse toes because they're dirt cheap. Then he has early war motorcycles to deliver all the darker. A regular Renault FT17 with an MMG, a Laffy with an MMG. So lots of DACA, lots of HE, and then the cavalry, which is survivable if you know how to play it
Yeah,
and can really charge. Not Gurkhas. Don't go charging Gurkhas or don't try to fight it out with Polish lances. But non-assault infantry, you can really fight it out. 7 veterans, tough fighter. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The second platoon is another lieutenant on horseback, another 7 cavalry, another engineer section with a flamethrower, another medium howitzer. So that's the third medium howitzer. Sorry, third, not full. Another Renault FT17 with MMG, another Laffy for the engineers. 19 order dice.
Oof. Ouch.
Yeah. If this is someone who
Um.
knows how to play cavalry, this is
Oh,
going to be good.
I don't even think his cavalry is his main thing.
No, it's not. The cavalry is
I
just there for his
I
infantry to
I
survive, to
mean
jump onto objectives.
yeah, I don't even I think he needs to know how to play the cavalry. If he knows how to play his medium howitzers, so nobody can get to him,
Yep.
he win. He can win on that alone.
3 medium howitzers.
That's horrible. 3 of
That
those on
is
ambush,
three
locking
3-inch
down.
templates.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ouch.
Hot
I'm just saying.
damn. Yeah.
Ouch.
The only thing that he might struggle with is on some of the tables that we've seen, where there is a lot of line of sight blocking ruins and stuff. If he gets one of those tables, those howitzers are going to be really difficult to get lines of sight with.
Well, he doesn't need line of sights for anything but the objectives. So if he gets to place
Yeah.
the objectives, he can
Put them
still
where you can
manage.
put them where you can see them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then it doesn't matter.
And so
Just
much
makes
of
the
this
shot
list
easier.
has recce or escape moves. I mean, all the cavalry can escape move. All the
Hmm.
motorcycles here have recce,
Hmm.
and at the same time, the Laffies and the Renaults are sitting there pumping out shots. So many pins in this list.
Oh
This
yeah.
is a good list.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
I like
this.
it. I
This is a
like it
good.
too.
Yep.
I don't fancy facing it.
Nope.
Let the British do that.
I might just brave it with the Gurkhas, saying whatever. But it really
Just
depends.
stay away from his howitzer, so your Gurkhas
Yeah.
are gonna be splashes.
If I can stay away from his howitzers, then I might win. Right. The second list is the Soviet one. First platoon is an inexperienced lieutenant. Then we have veteran assault engineers with a single Faust and a flamethrower. 7-man inexperienced rifle squad. That I don't. It must be just because he had points left over. The free squad, 12 men, regular sniper, 3 inexperienced dog mine teams, inexperienced multi launcher M30, regular Stuart light tank with the LMGs, and a truck with a Pintle MG. Second platoon, another lieutenant, another unit of assault engineers, single fast, single flamethrower, 7-man inexperienced rifle squad, green again, another dog team, another inexperienced multi-launcher, another steward, and another truck. 18 order dice, 1,000 points. This is what I term a greatest hits list. It's got 2 of everything that's good in the Soviet roster.
See, that's the only reason you say that is because you have no clue what's good in the Soviet roster. Let's start. Let's look at it. Okay, first of all, you have 4 dog teams.
Yep.
Show me one list where you haven't seen a buttload of recce.
A lot of recce at this tournament. So, but I
Okay,
still think the
so
dogs are worth it. It will threaten away those.
not 4 of them. Now, if you take 2 of them,
Yeah.
and for example, 2 anti-tank rifles,
Yes.
especially the
And
ones
combine
from
those 2.
Case Blue and put it on ambush. Now we're talking. Or secondly, if you why are you using 7-man or 6-man engineers? Use 5-man, use sprint carriers so they're better protected. A truck dies too easily.
It does.
And it's not that much more expensive when you put a pintle mounted MMG on it anyways. So it's no, I do not agree that this is the greatest hit. Secondly, or thirdly, or fourthly, or whatever, M30. How is that ever going to be a greatest hit? This is the first tournament for people are using it. It kind of has to be used to be a greatest hit, Bo. I'm sorry. So let's pull that out too. If there was the Katusha, yes, that's been used a lot.
Well,
No,
if you were
this is
just
a
complaining
horrible list.
about the name, then the naming
This
is
is a
because
horrible list.
no, it's not. I disagree completely. It's got 2
Yeah,
of
you can.
everything.
I don't care. The
I think the
M30 is
combination
horrible.
here, the combination of a multi-launcher with your steward, because you can take both. That's what you can't do if you're running a Katusha. So that is why I agree. It's overcosted for what it will deliver. It is definitely overcosted, and they're all inexperienced here. So
Not
you
worth
can't
it.
use spotters. So it's pretty pointless to have those
No,
M30s
at
in.
least if you are going to use the M30,
Yeah,
pay for a regular, put a spotter on it so you could hide it behind the building.
yeah, I think you should.
I mean, if he'd had at least 2 snipers too, that's one of the good things
Mm.
because you can control more. No, I do not believe that this list will do very well.
No.
Sorry, USA. I love you. You are my second country. I lived over there, but I don't believe in your Soviet list.
Then we have. Sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Then we have an American list here. See if they can do better with Americans. So, inexperienced second lieutenant, regular 7-man infantry, double bars, regular 7-man infantry, double bars, regular bazooka team, inexperienced rocket launcher, regular reconnaissance jeep, light tank, Darker Stewart, transport jeep, I guess for the bazooka, second platoon, another lieutenant, another double 7-man bars, and a 6-man infantry with single bar because I think points. Another rocket launcher, another regular deep, and another Stewart. 15 order dice. I'm missing at least 1 unit of engineers in a dodge here for me. For me, that would have been.
And I would rather have only seen. I firmly believe 1 multi-launcher is plenty.
Yeah,
Because it's board control.
One is enough. One is enough.
Yeah. I do like all the bars he has because he can do the move and fire with him, and they shoot like 30. So he has the range. I mean, all the multi launchers you see will hate facing this list because he's going to start 12 in, he's going to move 6, and your multi launchers are going to be shot to bits.
Yeah. By infantrymen just sitting there with their BARs.
Oh yeah. They're gonna mess you up.
Yep.
And he's gonna shoot 2 multi launchers at you while you ready your M30s.
I think ideally I would shift out one of these multi launchers with a howitzer or a medium mortar, just because you don't really need to. If you're bringing 2, then you're doing it because you want to roll 6s. If you're bringing 1, then you're doing it for ball control.
Yeah.
So
you still want to roll 6s, but it doesn't mean you're going to.
No, it doesn't. And then we have the British one, which is a different British platoon. So it's Maoris. Yeah, it's not Gurkhas.
I love the States. Look at them. Beautiful people.
Right. So second lieutenant inexperienced, and then 7 regular late warmer warriors with a single SMG. 2 of those. These, well, of course, have all the special rules. They have tough assault boots and blood curling charge and up and at 'em. Um, but they are not Gurkhas. They are not top tier assault infantry at all. But they will mess you up in a close combat if you allow them to. Inexperienced land mattress, because of course you do. Regular motorcycles, and look at this. One of them is with an SMG to save points. So it's a skirmisher, but it's
Ah,
only got 12-inch range.
ah.
A chaffee with recce. So going out to hunt those stewards. The second platoon is an inexperienced lieutenant, 2 7-man late war warriors again, inexperienced land mattress, 3 regular motorcycles, again, single one with SMG, another chaffee, a free artillery observer, and an inexperienced mule. Vengeance as the national special rule. I tip my hat to you, sir. I like this list.
I do too.
Yep.
I do too.
It is there to kill stewards, and it's there to deliver pins and shots at range so that when the enemy finally gets to you, the Maoris are strong enough that you can kill them.
Well, do me a favor and take off your earpiece for a second so you don't hear what I'm about to say. I hope this British list is the one who does the best. I hope it does better than any other British lists, including my own captain. Thank you for building something different.
What did he say? Anywho, I like this list. I
I do
don't
too.
I don't think that it might actually stand up.
I hope it does. Oh
I
God, I hope
really
it
hope
does.
it does. I think I would change out one of the land mattresses to a medium mortar with a spotter instead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Um,
don't use spotters for my mortars, but
okay, then
no.
an
I mean,
inexperienced
yeah,
medium mortar. I don't
yeah,
care. I just think like having different tools in your box here would actually be beneficial.
yeah. He needs
Um,
something that can shoot itself in, so
yeah,
he forces
yeah,
artillery and stuff to move. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm again unsure about the second chaffee. I think if you want to go and have something that can hunt vehicles, I think a Crusader AA might actually be better. So you have a mix, one with a medium AT gun and one with double autocannons, so that
I,
you could go after different targets.
I would probably have done the Chaffee and a Stewart.
Yeah, I think so as well. But at least change them up a little bit, because this is overkill on the stewards. You're going to kill the stewards in like 2 or 3 turns after you engage them.
Or they're gonna
Um,
hide, but
or they're
yeah.
going to hide, yeah.
And then
But
you
you are
have
going to kill
300
them,
and
and then your chaffee is not going to be that effective
no,
because it doesn't really kill other things.
no, no.
Um, but I like the list. And then there's a Hungarian list. The Americans really messing with the meta here. So 18 order dice, 1,000 points. Hungarians, we've got a second lieutenant and 8-man Danube flotilla sections. They get the LMG for free, I think. But it's a downgraded LMG. I think it has fewer shots, 3 shots or something like that. A regular AT rifle, a Nebelwerfer, a Toldi armored car. That's a darker car. 2 of those. One of them is an armored car. One of them is tank choice. Second platoon, another lieutenant. Again, Danube flotilla sections. This is camping Hungarians. They're going to sit in the back line and shoot you. A AT rifle, another Nebelwerfer, again, 2 darker cars, darker tanks, the Toldis, and a mule team. 17
It's
order
the
dice.
you don't need to talk about it, it's the dud.
It is the dud. I believe
Oh,
so as well.
hands down. I mean, look, what did he use his points on? I mean, he has no units that's actually worth anything.
No, they're not
I
very
mean,
killy,
point
are they?
wise, not that I care that much about points, but you got 6 inexperienced squads that's gonna get slaughtered.
Mm. If
I
they ever
mean,
get into combat, they'll die. Yeah.
yeah, they will. I mean, you don't even have a decent tank or anything to protect you. I mean, this is definitely the dud. Definitely.
It needs to be, I think.
I mean, I'm amazed he doesn't have like 25 order dice, because when I look at him, like, where did the points go? I don't. When I add them up, I'm having a hard time thinking this
Yeah.
gets to 1,000 points.
Yeah. Right. So that was Americans and Swedes. Like we do at the end here, um, let's rate them. These two teams go up against each other. Who do you think will win?
Ooh, well, without knowing the players,
Mm?
I think I think unfortunately Sweden will win.
I think
And
I think US will, but I don't know.
and I hope US will, because I like that their lists are not the European meta.
Yep.
I like that they have changed it up.
Mm.
But from the meta we see over here, I think the Swedes hit it better. And I think if again, without knowing the players, because I still think the players have a lot to do with it. But list wise, I think Sweden is a tad bit stronger. I truly hope not. Even of course, I root for our neighbors. Well, no, I root for America because it's my
Yeah, you
second
do.
home.
Yeah, you do.
I root for both of them. I don't care who wins, but I hope the States does, just because they went outside the box,
They
and I do
really
love
did.
that.
Yeah,
I
they
really
really
love
did.
that. I mean, that's become my new thing. I try not to build what other people built. I think it's more fun. It's not fun just playing
You're
the
you're
greatest
turning
hits.
fluffy on your old days. I've said it before. Right. Thank you so much for coming on, and we will see you in the next one. I think if we have the time, we should do one final video. We have Spain 4 and England 3 at some point, but that will have to wait into the future. Right now, I need to go and have dinner, and thank you so much for joining me, Michael.
See you later. See you guys on, well, at least those are going on Friday for a beer at the bar. Later, guys.